He starts watching this thing, and at first, he thought it was a bear. But then he said the more he watched it, it wasn't a bear.
Routine patrols turning into nightmarish encounters. And forest rangers stumbling upon terrifying creatures. These are the creepiest discoveries made deep in the forests, and they'll make you think twice before stepping into the woods alone. The forest had a history where people went in and never returned. So one night, a group of rangers went deep into the woods, hoping to find answers. While scanning the tall grass, one of them spotted this beast sitting behind it. Its glowing eyes stared back at him. The creature had 2 sharp horns and a dark body. It swayed side to side, trying to avoid the flashlight. They couldn't get a clear look, but its shape and movements were unlike any known animal. The team said it matched the description of a dogman, and maybe that was the forest's secret, and the answer they were looking for. Featureless horror. A group of campers ran out of the forest in a panic, leaving behind their bags, phones, and even flashlights. When patrol officers arrived to check what had scared them, they didn't expect to see this. In the middle of the woods, a mysterious figure was standing still. It was wrapped in a pale cloth, and one officer zoomed in to see its clear appearance. Then suddenly, the figure turned toward the camera, and its face came into view. It was so dark that none of its facial features could be seen. Later, researchers connected it to sightings of the Blank Watcher, an old forest myth from Eastern Europe. It was said to appear in abandoned woods where trespassers aren't welcome. Tree of Shadows. A creepy figure was sitting on one of the branches with glowing eyes and hairy skin. It had thin, branch-like limbs and long, sharp nails. The creature was holding something in its hands and was feeding on it while staring right at the camera. Its face looked like something out of old legends. Locals call it Shajarat al-Zulma, the Tree of Shadows. Some believe it's a desert guardian, which is cursed to live half of its life as a tree and half as this creepy creature. Sasquatch or what? A camper was simply filming the forest around his site, but when he moved around, he caught something unexpected. The man claimed that a Sasquatch was moving through the trees, walking quickly, almost like it was trying to avoid being seen. The footage was shaky, but just clear enough to notice its tall frame and wide steps. It didn't look like a normal person, but it didn't look fully clear either. Some believe he caught a real Sasquatch on camera. Others say it was just someone in a costume. What do you guys say? Watcher in woods. The man was about to call it a night inside his cabin until he noticed 2 burning red eyes staring straight at him through the dark. They didn't blink, and he grabbed his camera and zoomed in.
Alright, no lie. I'm on my back porch. I heard something stomping in the woods. Something huge.
Sitting in the bushes was a pale, human-like creature, like it was waiting. For what? He didn't know. And he never stepped out to check. The man believed it was a skinwalker, but there was also a rumor that some of these beings aren't from ancient legends at all. They're from secret government experimental labs. Wrong creature.
Holy shit!
A hiker in Washington state shared a video that's now spreading fast on Facebook. He was walking through the woods when something suddenly rushed at him.
Holy shit!
The camera shook and the video cut off. Thankfully, he made it out safely. He told people it was Bigfoot, but the comments flooded in with doubts, saying Bigfoot walked on 2 legs. This thing ran on all 4s. It looked more like a gorilla, but how would one end up deep in those forests? It might have escaped from somewhere. What do you think? Comment below. White figure. Not every figure spotted in the forest is a wild animal. Some are far more unsettling. During a late-night patrol, rangers noticed someone standing still in the woods, dressed entirely in white. When they pointed their flashlight, the figure didn't flinch. Its face was pale, almost blank. A moment later, it sat on a large rock, showing no sign of fear or confusion. Thinking it might be a lost or disturbed person, the rangers didn't go near. But when no missing person reports matched the sighting, they were left with a different thought that maybe the figure wasn't lost. Maybe it wasn't even human. Mysterious figures. This forest is located in a town near New York. Locals always said that it had a strange pull that people came here at night for reasons no one talked about. This man had heard the rumors about cult activity, but he never believed them until the night he went camping. Just after setting up, he heard an unnatural sound. Then came the snapping of branches. He followed the sounds and found 3 tall figures, dressed in long black cloaks, standing deep in the woods. Their faces were hidden behind masks, and the noises they made didn't sound human. When one of them raised a sharp object, he got terrified and realized that they were performing a cult ritual to summon other dimensional entities. Unexpected encounter. Exploring the jungle alone might sound exciting, until it turns into a terrifying encounter. This man was riding a jet ski through a remote jungle waterway, filming the view, when suddenly a brown bear appeared out of the bushes heading straight for him. For a second, he froze. Then he sped off, trying to dodge the bear. And his camera caught the entire moment. Luckily, he made it out safely, but it was a reminder of why you should never be alone in a jungle, and he learned it the hard way. Forest encounter. Back in 2021, a camera crew was deep in the forest when something terrifying happened. One of the operators spotted a strange figure in the trees and started filming. At first, it looked human, but only slightly. Its head had a shape similar to a person's, but everything else felt off. Its eyes glowed in the dark, and its body moved in a way that didn't seem natural. The operator froze, clearly shaken. He later described it as a forest alien, something not from here, not from anywhere known. Creepy entity. It was supposed to be a fun solo trip, just a man, his tent, and the forest. But as he walked deeper into the trees, his camera caught something that made him freeze. 2 glowing eyes, low to the ground, peered from the thick bushes. Then it came out, crawling, with more legs than he could count. Its body didn't match anything he'd seen before. Not a bear, not a wildcat, something else entirely. He backed away and left without looking twice. It looked like an unknown giant animal hybrid. Street spook. It was supposed to be a peaceful evening walk, but as this woman walked near a streetlight, something strange caught her eye. At first, it looked like a big dog casually walking down the road, but when she zoomed in on her phone, the sight got unsettling. The animal had horns, its face was oddly shaped, and its body looked far too bulky for any normal breed. She shared the footage online. Many brushed it off as a large stray, but cryptozoologists weren't so quick to dismiss it. After analyzing the clip with infrared filters, they identified it as a possible dogman that somehow ended up on that street. Big beast. While patrolling deep in the woods, a ranger noticed something strange behind the bushes. It was large, still, and only the backside of its body was visible, which was covered in dark fur, like some wild animal. Its face stayed hidden, and after a few minutes, the man left, assuming it was just a stray predator. But curiosity pulled him back the next day, and this time, it was not hidden. The creature could be seen completely, with a wolf-like body and humanoid facial features. It was a werewolf. They appear like monstrous wolves with some human-like characteristics. But in some depictions, werewolves in their transformed state can have a face that is a blend of human and wolf features. Strange woman. In the Philippines, during a local church ceremony beside a farmhouse, a woman captured something she couldn't explain, and then she posted it on her Instagram account. While filming casually, her camera caught a pale face watching from the shadows. It had long black hair and a blank, still expression. Then she moved her eyes a bit, too quickly to see. Some believe she came face to face with the White Lady, a well-known spirit in Filipino legend, said to appear near places of sorrow. However, skeptics claimed it was just a scarecrow. But do scarecrows follow you with their eyes? I do not think so. Share your opinions on this down in the comments. Unknown lurker. A worker was driving home late when something caught his eye through the car windshield. Just off the road, deep in the trees, something pale was standing completely still. It wasn't moving and wasn't shaped like any animal he knew. He pulled out his phone and tried to zoom in, but the figure was too far for him to capture it clearly. The video ended right there, leaving him with a mystery. Roadside Remains. This man, driving on a road in Brazil, hit the brakes when he spotted something unusual on the roadside. This creature lay there, looking like nothing he'd seen before. It had a wolf-like head, sharp teeth, and a muscular frame that was too large for any dog. He got out and recorded it, unsure if it was safe to go closer. Later, when he shared the video online, people couldn't agree. Some called it a wild mutation, but others believed it was the remains of a dog man that never made it back to the forest. Loyal animal. They say dogs can sense things before we do, and this one proved it. A man was walking through the woods with his dog when something huge caught their attention. Sitting in the distance was a dark figure that was massive, wolf-like, but far bigger than any normal wolf. Before the man could react, his dog was already ready to defend. The man captured the moment on camera, which is shaky, but clear enough to see the size and speed of the creature. The man got away safely, but was unsure if it was a huge wolf or some other wolf resembling an unknown beast. Hey! Hey! Shadow in woods.
I don't know if you can see this. This is really weird.
What was meant to be a peaceful family trip turned strange one night. They were staying in a house deep in the woods when the dog suddenly started barking non-stop.
Domino, what is that?
The man stepped outside to check, and that's when he saw it.
What the hell is that? Hey!
A tall, shadowy figure was walking away near the trees. He couldn't see the details because it was too dark, but its size and shape were enough to make him freeze. It didn't run or turn back, just disappeared into the woods. He still doesn't know what it was, but seeing something that close and that unknown is hard to forget. Show mystery. While walking through a forest in rural Ontario, a group stumbled upon something they weren't ready for. There were dozens of old shoes hanging from trees. Most were children's shoes, tied by their laces. Some trees had old, faded photos pinned to them. As they walked further, their cameras started acting weird. The video sped up, froze, then went completely black. It had never done that before. Later, the group heard different stories from locals. Some said people come here to talk to their loved ones who are gone, but never go back. Others said the place was cursed by cult rituals, and the shoes were of all the people involved, although they were not certain about it, but still, it was enough to make them leave. Tree Watcher. Mexico is full of strange sightings, but this one left even locals shaken. A few witnesses spotted something unusual above a tree. At first, they thought it was just a shadow, but then it moved. A tall, human-like figure stood on the highest branch, looking around as if guarding the tree. It didn't climb up. It was already there. It was believed to be a tree spirit, an ancient being that lives within the woods and accidentally revealed itself. What's your take on it? Share in the comments below. Backyard being. In a town in Brazil, werewolf sightings aren't just old stories. They're part of real conversations. One man, living in a hotspot for these reports, decided to take it seriously. He set up a security camera in his backyard, and one night, it caught something. The clip was grainy, but you could still make out a large figure with a long, dog-like face moving through the shadows. The man swore it was a werewolf, and was not alone. Others in the area believed the same. What do you think? Was this a werewolf caught on camera, a hoax, or some other kind of animal? Let us know in the comments below. Intriguing sight. An unbelievable sight was caught by this woman in the woods. She posted it online, and many laughed it off. But for her, that short moment was enough to believe that maybe fairies are real. The woman was passing by the area when she saw a tiny figure moving with wings. She stopped and stared. It wasn't a bird or an insect. That was a fairy. Just as she tried to go near, it flew down near the bench, then vanished. After that, she used to go to the same place every day, but never saw it again. Weird tree. After hearing rumors of being cursed, this camper went into the Dudleytown forest in the US. While camping, he came across a tree trunk that was leaking a thick red liquid. It wasn't sap or natural. The tree was healthy, uncut, and yet the liquid kept flowing. After returning home, he dug deeper into the history of the forest and discovered that the exact area, decades ago, was the site of a failed ritual said to seal a malevolent spirit inside the land. It was believed that this tree grew over that spot and mourned when disturbed. Giant in wild. You've seen moose before, but not like this. In a place like Alaska, maybe some creatures just grow beyond limits. A man visiting his farmland spotted this moose moving in front of the trees. He grabbed his phone and started recording. It was massive, bulkier than any normal one. Its antlers looked almost unnatural in size. Online, people joked it looked like a moose on steroids. But jokes aside, no one could explain why it was that big. Was it nature's odd work, or something else behind its size? Comment below. Camp Fear. What started as a regular hike in Berkeley, California, quickly turned into something out of a horror film.
Look what these are.
A man walking through the woods stumbled across a strange campsite. There were around 25 missing persons posters pinned to the trees. They surrounded a fire pit like some kind of shrine. A large tent was nearby, along with old bedding, a shovel, and tree stumps set up like chairs. And then the hiker, breathing heavily and filming nervously, backed away the moment he heard voices nearby.
I heard voices. We have to get them.
Was it just a creepy setup, or something far more disturbing hiding in plain sight? What do you think? Comment below. Forest giant. Something massive stood between the trees. It was tall, wide, and covered in thick, dark hair, and its back was facing the camera, but still unsettling to watch. This video, taken in 2007 by the Kemawawan Crew Nation, was shaky and of low quality, yet clear enough to send chills. The creature did not react to their presence, which led the group to believe that it could not hear or smell them due to the heavy wind. They spoke in their native tongue, unsure if they were seeing a real creature or a legend. Some believed it was Bigfoot. Others thought it might have been a forgotten species. Jungle Ball. Deep in a Russian jungle, a strange, giant sphere-shaped object was discovered, completely out of place. Search teams arrived quickly and began inspecting it with detectors, trying to figure out what was inside. But the readings showed nothing. No signals, no movement, just a massive ball. Then, the story took a chilling turn. The very next day, a video surfaced online showing what looked like a humanoid alien figure moving through the forest nearby. It seemed to be hiding, like it was lost. Now, people believe that it wasn't just a strange object. It was a crashed UFO in which the figure came in and stayed behind, hiding. Leaked footage from a documentary filmed in a South African park has shaken viewers around the world. An explorer out for a late-night walk stumbled upon a massive metal cage placed under a streetlight. But what was inside it sent chills down his spine. A huge, hairy figure was trapped inside. Its arms swung, and it moved anxiously, clearly frustrated. The man couldn't believe his eyes. It looked just like Bigfoot. It was believed that the cage was set up to secretly capture this unknown creature, and that's why the world was never told. But skeptics believed it wasn't Bigfoot. It was a failed experiment that made it so dangerous to reveal. What do you think? Leave us a comment.